Akashvani presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Anuja Kumar. The headlines. Government to introduce 6 new bills, including one to amend disaster management law in Monsoon Session of Parliament beginning next week. India sets electronics manufacturing target of 500 billion US dollars by 2030. Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri to embark on a 2-day visit to Bhutan beginning today. European Parliament approves Germany's Ursula von der Leyen's bid for second 5-year term as President of European Commission. Government to launch second phase of Khelo India Rising Talent Identification KIRTI initiative in New Delhi today. And in cricket, defending champions India to start their Women's Asia Cup T20 campaign against Pakistan at Dambulla in Sri Lanka today. And now the news in detail. The government will introduce 6 new bills, including the one to amend the disaster management law in the monsoon session of Parliament beginning next week. Besides the finance bill, the government has listed the Bharatiya Vayuyan Vidheyak 2024 to replace the Aircraft Act of 1934 to provide enabling provisions for ease of doing business in the civil aviation sector. The list of bills was published in the Parliament Bulletin issued by the Lok Sabha Secretariat yesterday. The monsoon session of Parliament will begin on 22nd of July and will continue till 12th of August. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will present the Union Budget on 23rd of July. India has set a target to achieve 500 billion US dollar in electronics manufacturing in value terms by 2030. This ambitious target comprises $350 billion from finished goods manufacturing and $150 billion from components manufacturing. Niti Aayog Vice Chairman Suman Beri launched the report titled Electronics Powering India's Participation in Global Value Chains in New Delhi yesterday. The report extensively analyzes India's electronics sector, emphasizing its potential and challenges. It also outlines specific interventions needed for India to emerge as a global manufacturing hub for electronics. Union Home Minister Amit Shah launched the National Narcotics Helpline Manas 1933. Through Manas, Madak Padarth Nishedh Ashuchna Kendra helpline, citizens can share information on drug trafficking, connect with the Narcotics Control Bureau anonymously 24 hours a day to get advice on de-addiction and rehabilitation. The Home Minister chaired the 7th apex level meeting of the Narco Coordination Center in New Delhi last evening. Speaking on the occasion, he said that the fight against drugs is very important and should be fought with seriousness and priority. Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri will be on a 2-day official visit to Bhutan beginning today. It will be his first visit abroad after taking over as the Foreign Secretary. During the visit, Mr. Misri will receive an audience with the King of Bhutan. The Foreign Secretary will call on the Prime Minister, Minister of Foreign Affairs and External Trade, and meet his Bhutanese counterpart and other senior officials of the Royal Government of Bhutan. The two foreign secretaries will also co-chair the India-Bhutan Development Cooperation Talks or PLAN Talks. Ministry of External Affairs said the visit is in keeping with the tradition of regular high-level exchanges between India and Bhutan and underscores the highest priority the Government of India attaches to its neighbourhood first policy. Union Minority Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju inaugurated the Lok Samvardhan Parv in New Delhi yesterday. The Lok Samvardhan Parv is being organized under the 100-day action plan of the Union government to showcase schemes, programs and achievements of the ministry from the 16th to the 31st of this month. The event promotes crafts, products, art and India's rich cultural tradition from all over the country. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Rijiju said the ministry is committed to the welfare of all minority communities and to integrating them into the mainstream. Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Minister Jitan Ram Majhi has said that empowerment of rural entrepreneurs is the key to ensure holistic growth of the MSME sector. Mr. Maji said this while inaugurating the new Skill Development Training Program in New Delhi. These programs are meticulously designed to equip entrepreneurs with the necessary skills and knowledge to thrive in their respective fields. The minister said MSME sector is the backbone of the Indian economy. National Highways Authority of India, or NHAI, will charge double toll from vehicles with non-affixed FASTag on front windshield. The authority said deliberate non-affixation of FASTag on the windscreen leads to unnecessary delays at the toll plazas, causing inconvenience to the national highway users. It said detailed standard operating procedures has been issued to all user fee collection agencies and concessionaires in this regard. At present, user fee is collected for approximately 45,000 kilometers of national highways and expressways at around 1,000 toll plazas across the country. The Reserve Bank of India has indicated that the second quarter of the current financial year has commenced with signs of accelerating momentum in the Indian economy. According to RBI's monthly bulletin, improvements in the outlook for agriculture and the resurgence of rural spending have emerged as positive developments in demand conditions. The bulletin highlights that rural spending is outpacing urban segments and there is a narrowing rural-urban divide. Factors such as increased wage rates under schemes like MG Narega and rising remittances to rural households due to urban migration are contributing significantly to the enhanced spending capacity of the rural households. More than 77% of Indian startups are now investing in artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, and blockchain, reported the SAP India. Indian startup ecosystem is ranked third globally, following the US and China, according to the SAP India report. Another significant finding in the report is the emergence of 2- and 3-tier cities as innovation hubs, where 40% of tech startups originate, leveraging local talent and cost advantages. This is Akashwani giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our X handle at AIR News Alerts. The European Parliament has approved Germany's Ursula von der Leyen's bid for a second 5-year term as President of the European Commission. Von der Leyen garnered 401 votes in the 720-seat chamber, exceeding the majority required to maintain her position as the head of the EU's executive body. In the secret ballot, 284 members voted against her. Earlier yesterday, von der Leyen addressed the European Parliament, outlining her priorities for the next 5 years.
This is the vision I have set out in my political guideline. A vision of a stronger Europe that delivers prosperity, that protects people, and that defends democracy. A stronger Europe that delivers social fairness and supports people. A stronger Europe that implements what it agrees in a fair way and that sticks to the targets of the European Green Deal with pragmatism, technology neutrality, and innovation.
Donald Trump has formally accepted the presidential nomination at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, US, where he is currently addressing a public speech.
I stand before you this evening with a message of confidence, strength, and hope. 4 months from now, we will have an incredible victory, and we will begin 4 greatest years in the history of our country.
It is Trump's first public speech since he survived an assassination attempt at a rally last week, which left him bloodied after a gunman shot at him. The 4-day convention has also underscored former U.S. President Trump's total dominance and unopposed support in the Republican Party. In Bangladesh, violence escalated in the capital Dhaka and elsewhere over student protests demanding reforms of the quota system for government jobs. University students in Dhaka and other cities have been holding rallies for days against the system of reserving some public sector jobs for the relatives of war heroes who fought for the country's independence from Pakistan in 1971. The India Meteorological Department IMD has issued red alert for extremely heavy rainfall over Gujarat, Goa, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana today. More from our correspondent.
The IMD said that isolated extremely heavy rainfall is very likely over Gujarat, coastal and south interior Karnataka and coastal Andhra Pradesh today and over Goa, Madhya Maharashtra and Telangana till tomorrow. Meanwhile, heavy rainfall conditions will prevail over Madhya Pradesh, Vidarbha, Chhattisgarh, Odisha and north interior Karnataka during the next 4 days. The IMD added similar conditions will prevail over Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand and East Rajasthan during the next 4 days. The weather agency has also predicted light to moderate rainfall accompanied with thunderstorm and lightning over Andaman and Nicobar Islands, sub-Himalayan West Bengal, Northeast India, Jammu Kashmir, Ladakh, Haryana, Chandigarh and Delhi during the next 4 days. Adarsh for Akashvani News, Delhi.
In Telangana, the National Disaster Response Force or NDRF personnel, with the help of 2 helicopters, rescued 28 persons stranded in Bhadradri Kotagudam district. On to sports. Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandviya will inaugurate the second phase of government's Khelo India Rising Talent Identification KIRTI initiative in New Delhi today. The ministry said that this initiative aims to streamline the process of grassroots talent identification on a single platform. The project aims to achieve 20 lakh assessments in 2024-25 by onboarding all states. In the Women's Asia Cup Cricket T20, defending champions India will kick off their campaign against arch rivals Pakistan on the tournament's opening day today in Dambulla, Sri Lanka. The tournament kicks off with the inaugural match between the United Arab Emirates and Nepal in a Group A clash today at 2 p.m. Indian time, while India and Pakistan match will start at 7 p.m. Indian time. Another batch of 4,821 pilgrims left Bhagwati Nagar Yatri Niwas Base camp in Jammu for the Kashmir Valley to perform pilgrimage to Amarnath Cave Shrine. The pilgrims left the base camp in a cavalcade of 150 vehicles early this morning. Of these, 1,731 pilgrims left for Balthal Base Camp at 3:16 a.m. and 3,090 for Pahalgam Base Camp at 4 a.m., from where they will proceed for their further journey to the holy cave. Meanwhile, Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha paid obeisance at Mata Siddh Lakshmi Asthapan at Lok Bhavan in South Kashmir's Anantnag district on the auspicious occasion of Har Ba. Speaking on the occasion, the Lieutenant Governor called upon the people from all sections of the society to work together with the administration to preserve and protect the ancient shrines and places of religious importance. He also reiterated the commitment of the government to improve facilities for the pilgrims of holy pilgrimages in Jammu and Kashmir. Back home, the budget session of Arunachal Pradesh Assembly will begin today. This will mark the first budget presentation by the Pema Khandu-led state government after returning to power again. And now, for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Shagun Chopra.
Thank you, Anuja. All the dailies have covered the Supreme Court's order to the National Testing Agency on its front page. The Indian Express writes, report NEET UG results city-wise, center-wise by tomorrow, 12 noon deadline. After busy summer, travel business hots up in monsoon too, with airline, hotel discounts, deals on extended stays, fuel demand by 25%, states the Economic Times. India issues advisory to its nationals and students after shocking Bangladesh protest, reports the Pioneer. Hindustan Times mentions about a park designed as an open-air space with gadgets to impart scientific knowledge under the headline, NDMC to develop science park at Tughlaq Crescent. Over 3 generations, leopard count drops 25% owing to fragmentation of forest areas and illegal poaching, cites the Tribune. And finally, the Times of India writes, Green Push, 25 regional rapid transit system stations will have room for over 8,000 vehicles to boost convenience, clean energy adoption, and efficient last-mile connectivity. And with that, it's back to you, Anuja.
Thank you, Shagun. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Government to introduce 6 new bills, including one to amend disaster management law in Monsoon Session of Parliament beginning next week. India sets electronics manufacturing target of $500 billion by 2030. Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri to embark on a 2-day visit to Bhutan beginning today. European Parliament approves Germany's Ursula von der Leyen's bid for second 5-year term as President of European Commission. Government to launch second phase of Khelo India Rising Talent Identification KIRTI initiative in New Delhi today. And in cricket, defending champions India to start their Women's Asia Cup T20 campaign against Pakistan at Dambulla in Sri Lanka today. And with that we end the morning news. Have a nice day.